Bow, bow, bow. Bow, bow, bow. Bow, 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 bow. 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 Oh! This fucking shit ass thing. Hey, what's up, guys? I've been feeling a little under the weather, as you might be able to see. Bro, I don't understand it. My lighting is better than it's ever been. This should not be a problem. I think I know what the problem is. Sorry, pissed about NBA start times, but hops on a few minutes late. Hey, I get it from the NBA, man. What can I say? What can I say? So, I caught something bad yesterday. You might be able to tell in my voice. Caught something yesterday. I don't know what the fuck. Still kind of battling through it. But I slept through most of the day yesterday. What were we going to talk about today? There was something. Obviously, we're going to talk about the Cup. The Darvin Ham Invitational, I guess I should say. Oh, yeah. New All-Star Game format. And some very interesting Denver Nuggets rumors that I feel like have some real-life steam. Which I'm very intrigued by. The Taurean Prince Invitational. Yeah. No, that's what they're naming the MVP trophy. The Taurean Prince Trophy. At the Darvin Ham Invitational. My hair is green. Yeah, I dyed it. Go Stars. Go Stars. You get the same illness the players have? I really hope I don't have COVID. I don't think I do. I felt really shitty yesterday. Today, my throat still hurts a little bit. But I don't have like the full body chill / achiness I had yesterday. Which, you know, I could deal with the sore throat. I could deal with the little congestion. Slightly off topic, but would it be a hassle to play the old Let It Ride music in the slightly delusional club after a Mavs win? Good question, actually. Maybe I have been sitting too close to the Mavs bench. Speaking of Let It Ride and Nick. Oh, man. They're really going after him, huh? What up, TG Cat? Because Nick tweeted this. So here's this is a funny ass tweet. The original tweet. Before you guys send hate towards SGA, remember you aren't just attacking a player, but a father, a husband, and a Christian. One bad game should take away what he's brought to this team, and we should be looking forward to seeing him continue to lead our Thunder. I mean, that's a fucking hilarious tweet, right? That guy's obviously joking. That guy's clearly joking. Then Nick quotes it with 10 out of 10. Because it is. It's a 10 out of 10 funny-ass tweet. And then immediately, all the replies here. Nick Van, double standard. You don't defend Luka like this, Nick. But when it's Luka, it's okay to do so because he's European. Double standard, Nick strikes again. What the fuck? So when Luka gets flamed after a bad game, you join the slander? And of course, our favorites had to chime in. Hey, Nick, Luka is also a father, yet you're build up a whole career by attacking his character for clicks. Oh, this fucking guy. Boom, roasted. You know, it's funny, like, people who spend literally their entire day on Twitter. How do you have such bad media literacy? I mean, honest to God. How are you so stupid? How is it even possible? Nick knows what he's doing by tweeting. Now, I will say, Nick definitely pokes at people all the time. I told him he shouldn't do it. He does it. He does love to do it. I told him he should chill a little bit. But that one wasn't even poking at. That was just saying a funny tweet's funny tweet. What dude attacked you? Look at the new Matt Ishbia tweet. Matt Ishbia. The guy just said boom roasted. Oh, the blue hair guy? Yeah. What's the Matt Ishbia tweet? I don't see a Matt Ishbia tweet. No, man, I saw a tweet one time from that guy talking about estrogen levels and testosterone. I was like, all right, I don't know what the fuck this guy's got going on. Colton! 29 months in the slightly delusional club. I need the conditioner you use. I've showed it on stream before. Mane and tail? No. Bubba, welcome to Slightly Delusional Club. Oh, fuck. We're going to try to get through this as best we can, folks. Sources, former Warriors and Suns president Rick Welts will join the Mavericks as retiring CEO Sid Marshall's replacement. Okay. I don't know what any of that shit means, to be honest with you. Matt Ishbia tweeting about T levels. No. One of the slow hoops orbiters. You know, I'm being serious. I would love to have those guys on the show. I really would. The invitation is open. Would love just to talk it out. Slightly flu game, dude. I came down with something 2 weeks ago too. I don't know what the fuck's going on. What? Streaks is gone? Are you joking? What happened? Winning starts with our fans. When I walk the concourse at games, there aren't food options for families who don't want to spend a lot of money. That needs to change. So today we're rolling out our $2 value menu. Hot dogs, $2. Dasani, $2. That's still too expensive. Soda, $2. Bag of chips, $2. Bag of popcorn, $2. Wow. Family of 4 used to spend $98 on hot dogs, water, popcorn. Now they can enjoy the same meal for $24. Nice. Good work. That's good. So I think this guy's a weird, evil freak, but that's all right. Dude, I'm shocked they shut down Bleacher Report streaks. That's... Bubba has gifted 1 membership. Dude, that makes me really sad. Thank you, Bubba. What's this? Is this the same thing, basically? You're on the clock. Fill out the answer before the time runs out. Name the 15 NCAA men college basketball schools with 2 or more national championships. All right, we're not doing that. Wow. What a shame. What a damn shame that is. Yeah, I'm not. That actually saddens me. Did you see the Bball breakdown of the Mavs Warriors game? No, I did not. I rarely ever listen to other basketball content, especially Mavs content, for the reasons that I've said in the past, that I already talk about them so much. But also, since I do talk about them so much, and by the way, hammering out some details on some things, but announcement coming soon. But and I know I've said that in the past. One thing I've learned in the yes, rest in peace, Giannis Antetokounmpo. That was sad. One thing that I've learned in this industry, in this walk of life, is you'll get close to the finish line on so many different things, and then the rug will just be pulled last second. All right, I'm turning on my ad blocker. This is fucking ridiculous. But this time, we're getting close. Do you not watch other Mavs content because you want your content to be original and not participate in groupthink? Yes, that's really it. I don't want to say something someone else has already said. That's it. That's my big reason why. That Bill Simmons video is great. No, is that a new one? Is that his podcast from last night? He talks about how the league will be fine. Yeah, the league will be fine. I want people to understand that. He posted it last night. Well, let's check it out. Is it on his Twitter? Bill Simmons. Dude, it's like hard to talk, damn near. Where can I find this video? All right, whatever. Let's just get started on our show. So give us a shout out here in the Philippines. Shout out to the Philippines. Hey, always been love in the Philippines. Always been love in the Philippines. Filipinos love their basketball, man. They love it. They love their NBA basketball, man. Shout out to them. Do you think it would be a good idea for Adam Silver to bring in content creators like Bill Simmons to bring fresh ideas to improve the product? So I kind of mentioned this a little bit in the video that I made. That, like, the NBA, it's tough. Because do they really care about... I need another cough drop. Do they really care about... Yeah, I am sick. The opinions of, like, a Bill Simmons or myself or really anybody else who's going to watch anyways? Or are they more trying to get, we want to improve our ratings. We need to figure out what is it that people who are not watching us right now need. Because you get to this point, and, we'll compare it to this. Like video games, for example. Anyone who plays video games knows things turn horrible immediately the moment the pros, like the professional gamers, the people who play the game endlessly, start whining and complaining about things. That's whenever they change things to the game that they don't need to change, and it takes away from just the casual experience. They need to drop the number of games. So I pushed back on this because there's been an 82-game schedule forever. Ratings dropping is kind of a new phenomenon. Well, not really a new phenomenon. It's happened throughout the course of NBA history, but I don't think dropping it to 60 games is going to change people's minds. That's still a lot of games, especially when we're comparing it to like football, where there's 17 games, right? But the reason why I think dropping the schedule could help is for a different reason entirely. It's because you could then space out the games, and you can maybe make it to where there are 3 or 4 games a night instead of 15. You basically eliminate back-to-backs, 3 to 4 games every single night, spreading out the schedule, and that gives you there's less games on at any given time. It's not as overwhelming. Maybe you can even stagger the start times, but it also gives you, because I hate when the NBA does this, where Thursday nights, Tuesday nights, whatever, where they only have the TNT games on, and that's it. Because if those games end up being shitty, or if players are injured or whatever the case may be, you have nothing else to watch. They need to give themselves some real leverage and some real wiggle room there by having the opportunity to flex out of games. And yeah, people don't understand, man, that the owners would never agree to cutting the schedule short. Getting rid of 10 home games is huge. I mean, I talked about this during the summer, but they make well over, I want to say they make over $1 million per home game. Good luck. That's $10 million at least. I think it's probably even more than that. I'm not sure how much the illegal streaming thing goes, to be honest with you. I've never really looked at it as like a super real thing that's really affecting it. Because, I mean, people are illegally streaming the NFL too, People illegally stream the UFC. Both those are doing really well. Unless you want to say the NBA is disproportionately more illegally streamed than others. But honestly, though, too, why are you illegally streaming an NFL game? I guess if it's a game that's not in your market, but really all you have to do to watch those is buy a $15 antenna. Seriously, all you have to do to watch your local market NFL games. I have friends who illegally stream Cowboys games, and it's like, bro, you can go buy a $15 antenna. Seriously. And you will have access to this game. On not a, there won't be porn pop-ups every 5 seconds. Not in Europe, that's fair. I'm more saying anecdotally, living in Dallas. I think it's as simple as a 17-game schedule is easier to the working class to follow. That's true. And honestly, I was listening to you listen to NFL fans talk about the games. They openly talk about how shitty some of these games are. They'll be like, oh, Thursday Night Football fucking sucks. These games are always terrible. Or it'll be like a primetime matchup they haven't flexed out of, Bengals Cowboys, for example. Oh, what a shitty game this ends up being. It does gangbusters. So do you think it's about accessibility with the NBA is the main culprit? Yeah, it's one of the huge reasons. It's one of the huge reasons, for sure. All right, let's start the show. Good morning, folks. It is December 18th, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We have a week left until Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. You can hear my voice. I came down with something yesterday. I got a cough drop in right now, so it's probably going to be really good audio. Really good episode for this one. We really value quality here at this broadcast, at this show. We got a decent amount of stuff to talk about today. Obviously, the NBA Cup Final, or as we like to call it now, the Darvin Ham Invitational, came to a conclusion last night. The Milwaukee Bucks win. Taurean Prince has yet to lose an NBA Cup game. Darvin Ham is yet to lose an NBA Cup game. A lot of history being made. Good thing it'll be 70 degrees for Christmas. No, it's in the low 60s. Don't tell me that. Do not tell me that it's going to be 70 degrees on Christmas Day. That makes me really sad if that's true. That makes me really sad if that's true. Let's see. They currently have it. Keep dreaming of that white Christmas. I'm dreaming. A high of 68? Fuck you. Fuck you. Honest to God. I hate these replies. I'm looking at a Pete Duncan tweet. Love that forecast. If I want a white Christmas, I would go north. Fuck you. All right, let's talk about this game. You want it to be 65 degrees on Christmas Day? I mean, come on, get serious. Get serious. The Milwaukee Bucks are your NBA Cup champions with a win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, I was having this conversation with a friend of mine who's a Thunder fan about how the Thunder are pretty much reaching this point the Celtics were at last year. Now, I'm not comparing them as a team. I'm not saying the Thunder are going to go on to do what the Celtics are doing or anything like that. But reaching the point where every time they lose a game, especially an island game, meaning a game that's on TV by itself, or a game where they're playing another good team, anytime they lose that game, it's a referendum on them and why they can't win a championship. Remember, this is where the Celtics were last year, right? After every loss, they can't. Tatum is not good enough down the stretch. Their closing offense isn't good enough. You know, that was every conversation we had about this tweet. About this team. I know the game doesn't reflect on the stats and records. That is true, but every time the Thunder lose, it's gonna be like, oh, see, they can't do this, they can't do that. Not really fair to them. But the concerns that we did have, and I made a video where I said the Thunder might be the best team in the NBA. But at the end of the video, I laid out my real concerns for them and why I even wouldn't pick them in a series against the Mavs, even though they might look like the best team in the league up until the point where I made that video. Their defense is obviously incredible. I mean, they gave up under 100 points in this game. That's good. That's fine, right? But there's some real concerns with them offensively. And my big concern with them has always been, I said this in the lead up to this season, is J-Dub good enough to be a number 2 guy in the playoffs? Because that's why they lost last year. That is why they lost. Yeah, P.J. Washington gamed them. They couldn't handle the sides on the boards. All of that's true. But the real, I would say, number one reason is they just did not have a reliable number 2 guy. Shea played his ass off in that series. J-Dub didn't. And they didn't have a reliable go-to second guy. Whereas the Mavs had Luka and Kyrie, and those guys, their stats weren't as high as they used to be, but they got huge performances from P.J. Washington and Derrick Jones Jr. The reality is we will not know the answer to this question until the playoffs get here. This is what I have said all offseason about the Thunder team. All of the questions I have for them will not be answered until the playoffs. They can win 65 games this season. But ultimately, I will not have an answer for them because they do have unreliable shooters. Lou Dort went 0-4 last night. The Mavs, if you remember last year, helped off him in the playoffs Every defensive possession. Teams will continue to do that, no matter what his percentages are. And another problem the Thunder had was, and this is fortunately for them, I feel like the Bucks actually give them some real problems offensively, or I guess defensively, because you have the Giannis, and the Thunder just don't have a guy for Giannis. Nobody really has a guy for Giannis, but the Thunder really don't have a guy for Giannis. Because besides Hartenstein, you're not putting Hartenstein on Giannis. Besides Hartenstein, they don't have that 4 who's 6'10" and bulky. They don't have that. Chet could help. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what their defensive game plan would look like if Chet was out there. I was asking my Thunder friend that, and he didn't know either. But they don't have the size to handle somebody like Giannis, of course. But Brook being on the court, and Brook being this, splash mountain, this 7-foot floor spacer, kept putting Hartenstein in really weird positions. And then the moment you send help on Giannis had 10 assists in this game. The Bucks spaced the floor really well. Taurean Prince has been great from 3 this season. Obviously, Brook Lopez. Obviously, you have Damian Lillard. Action Jackson hasn't been great shooting the 3 ball, but then they bring AJ Green off the bench, and he's a knockdown shooter. So it's kind of like a perfect. And Gary Trent was 50% from 3 last night. It's kind of like a perfect storm to beat this Thunder team. No pun intended. So, anyways, there are concerns. Unfortunately for them, there's not a team that poses like the same problems the Bucks do on your defense in the West. There just isn't. The West doesn't have a Giannis. I was thinking about it. Does the West have like this? You have a 4 in Kevin Durant, but he's not like an uber physical player. Maybe the Nuggets with Jokic. I could see Jokic giving them problems, but the way the Thunder play, where they help, there's enough players on the Nuggets team that you can help off of. AD and healthy, and that's why last year everyone was like, dude, the Lakers should be hoping to play the Thunder. Remember that? If you are any team playing versus Giannis and AJ Green and Gary Trent Jr. taking the shots, it's a huge win. While you are correct, those guys are, Gary Trent Jr. hasn't really been so far this season, but those guys are knockdown shooters. And that's just the way this Bucks offense plays. Hope that Giannis and Dame are attracting so much attention that we can get open looks for those guys. PJ's the ultimate Thunder destroyer. And a reason for that is because they have to send so much help defensively, so PJ gets so many clean looks. So anyways, I do think the Thunder are in that weird spot where they were the 1 seed last year. Everyone loves Shea, but you get to a point where the media turns on you a little bit. And they start to say, all right, show me something. Really show me something. Really show me something. Well, OKC just let PJ and Derek Jones Jr. fire away wide open shots. I'm tired of OKC fans saying lucky shots when their shots are wide open, man. Yeah, I mean, anyone who watched that series knew what the fuck was going on. How do you feel about Bucks matching against the Celtics? I mean, when you have Damian Lillard on the court, like, I think there's too many defensive weak links on this Celtics team. On this Bucks team, I guess on this Bucks team. Too many defensive weak links at any given time. You basically have to put out a perfect 5 around the Celtics. Yeah, Dame was great. Dame's been great so far this season. He really has. Chris Middleton didn't play in this game because of flu. The Bucks' perimeter defense is outmatched against the Celtics. Yeah, I mean, that's a big problem. Squiggly with the 2, I'm getting way too hyped for playoffs in December. Well, this should be a fun postseason. I mean, I'd be very, very surprised. Very surprised. If the Celtics don't come out of the East. But the West does feel pretty open. Who's the Celtics' worst matchup? Well, I think on paper, I think it is the Knicks. Honestly, I think it's the Knicks ultimately. The Magic could give them some problems. I don't think the Magic offensively have enough juice. Like, because the Celtics, regardless of how good your defense is going to go on big runs. They always are. They're almost defense proof. No shot, cat at the rim. Well, I guess my thing is I think this Knicks offense can be so good that they can almost keep up. The Cavs, maybe. The Cavs are in this bad spot too because it's like, all right, we've seen you shit in your pants enough in the playoffs where it's like, it's cool if you win 55 games this regular season. I need to see you in the playoffs again. Knicks and OKC would have the best chance against the Celtics. The idea of the Knicks, I guess I should say. I don't know if it's them in their current form. So, anyways, Giannis was unstoppable in this game. I mean, he's been unbelievable so far this season. He was unbelievable last year as well. But he's been unbelievable. And I do think, especially with Luka picking it up recently, I just think there's such a clear, obvious gap between the top 2 players, top 3 players in the league, and everybody else. I just think it's a clear and obvious gap. Giannis is the MVP clearly to me right now. Yeah, I mean, OKC against the Celtics, like, it's the same questions you would have where, is their offense good enough? I mean, you have to be playing. You really have to match them, the Celtics, offensively. We saw last year in the finals, like, the Mavericks actually did a pretty decent job defensively against the Celtics, especially when you compare the Celtics' offensive ratings, their offensive rating in that series to the regular season rating, to the ratings in other postseason series. They just didn't have the horses offensively. And that was a team that was a top 10 offense last year. Do you think Dorian Finney-Smith or Cam Johnson would be cheaper since Schroeder's pretty cheap? Cam Johnson will not be cheap. Dodo will be cheap, absolutely. Dodo will be a couple seconds. Cam Johnson will not be cheap. And speaking of Cam Johnson, I saw some Thunder fans kind of implying, hey, a trade might be needed after a game like this. Maybe a little reactionary, sure. But I could see a world where Cam Johnson ends up on the Thunder. It would give them the size, much needed size, but also somebody who is a very reliable floor spacer. Because I think you're really kind of relying on guys who just aren't that reliable in terms of floor spacing. Like Aaron Wiggins. I really like Aaron Wiggins as a player. I do. He didn't really play in this game at all. I like him as a player. But are you like uber confident in him? Isaiah Joe, great 3-point shooter. Realistically, how confident are you in Isaiah Joe? It's game 6 of the conference semis. We need it. We need somebody out on the court that we really have trust in, ultimate trust in. How much do you actually trust Isaiah Joe? You know? Then you can kind of imagine a lineup where it's Shea, J-Dub, Cam Johnson, and then they could do iHeart and Chet. And now all of a sudden they're huge. Now all of a sudden they are a massive team. Which adds another wrinkle to their team that they simply don't have right now. They simply don't have. They should move Caruso. He doesn't look like a great fit. Caruso's been phenomenal for them defensively. I was looking at some numbers yesterday. All of his defensive playmaking numbers are fucking insane this year. Insane. Hey, Sally, what if the group interview and barking curse prevented them from winning the cup? Maybe. If you swap Luka for J-Dub and move SGA to shooting guard, how high would this team be in the all-time rankings? Pretty damn high. But the Mavs might actually get better if you think about it. I think the Mavs low-key get better if they do that. I hope you guys know I'm joking. I need your take on the pick a side debate. More impactful this season, Najee Marshall or Alex Caruso? More impactful this season. Najee. Alex Caruso is like a luxury on this Thunder team. Najee like helped carry the load offensively for this Mavs team when they were destroyed by injuries. Would you do the Gafford for Herb Jones deal? Yes, absolutely. It's not even really worth discussing because it's impossible. Not impossible, but it's not going to happen. But yes, absolutely yes. Absolutely, positively. Reason being, real reason being, Herb Jones, this is what I said. Herb Jones is a 35-minute player in the playoffs. 35 minutes. Plug him in. That's it. Plug him in and forget about it. It would suck to lose Gafford, but all right, let's do some trade stuff. Let's talk about some trades because I feel like this is some of the hottest the stove has been in December. Am I wrong? Feels like there's so much like stuff happening. Fuck. I don't know how much longer I can be live. It's like hurting me to talk. Herb shooting last season was a fluke. Maybe, but his defense isn't a fluke. I'll tell you that much. Oh, Jonte Porter's getting a sentence today. I need to follow my guy here. Oh, I already do. Okay. Evan Siddery. I don't know if he like has sources of his own, but he's always aggregating sources, and I appreciate that. We need guys like this. He's one of these aggregator accounts that has not been compromised by annoying clickbait. Sid bombs? Yes, sir. All right, so some very interesting. Do I have to pay for this? Yeah. Oh, I do. Fuck you. Some very interesting Denver Nuggets trade news. The Denver Nuggets have either expressed interest in or have had preliminary trade discussions on the following players. Chicago's Zach LaVine. We've kind of talked about that fit. Washington's Jordan Poole. Utah's Jordan Clarkson. Atlanta's DeAndre Hunter. Brooklyn's Cam Johnson. And Washington's Jonas Valanciunas. So the Nuggets, we talk about their depth and how it's failed them a little bit. But they've been playing much better lately. It does kind of feel like they have a grip on their rotation. It does feel like they're kind of finding those guys who fit well and play well next to Jokic. But they're still interested in some guys. The Zach LaVine one is very interesting to me. The Zach LaVine one is very interesting because essentially in any trade for a huge contract, Michael Porter Jr. would have to be on the move. Have to be. It's like literally the only way it's even possible. Because they can't. Jamal Murray cannot be traded this year because of contract stuff. Him signing his extension. Which I believe to even make a Jordan Poole trade work, they'd have to include Michael Porter Jr. Am I wrong in that? Because Jordan Poole's making, what, $30 million? Can they scrap together $30 million without including him? I don't. The Jordan Poole one is the most fascinating one to me because it's like MPJ for Jordan Poole. What? Do they get better swapping LaVine for MPJ? So if they do that, I do think offensively Zach LaVine would be incredible next to Jokic. Absolutely. But defensively, Jamal Murray and Zach LaVine is your backcourt? The Dallas Mavericks are licking with your backline defender being Nikola Jokic. The Dallas Mavericks are licking their fucking chops. I mean, they can't wait to get on the court against those two. Luka's calling his family members, hey, you might want to fly in from Slovenia. I'm going to have a big game tonight. Kyrie's calling his family members, hey, make sure you guys are tuned in. And then beyond that, too, like, the Zach LaVine one doesn't make sense. Zach LaVine to Houston, please, make it happen. Luka is stroking his shit. Okay. Sorry I read that, guys. Sorry I read that message. Jordan Poole, I don't really understand this one. Can they, let me look at their contracts. Can they make Jordan Poole work without, can't believe we're pulling up Fanspo. Can they make Jordan Poole work without including MPJ? Because if so, okay, I guess. If not, then that doesn't make any sense to me at all. So Jordan Poole's making $30 million. Let's see what the contracts the Denver Nuggets have to play around with. You got 35 from MPJ. Could they throw in Zeke Naji? No, it's like genuinely impossible. You'd have to be trading 4 or 5 players. If they don't do MPJ for Poole, then it would be Gordon. Okay, that makes less sense. The only contender LaVine works on is the Warriors. I disagree. I think Zach LaVine would be a good fit in Houston. Absolutely. This isn't the first time the Nuggets have shown a desire to upgrade with the wing score, as The Athletic reported in late June. Denver discussed the prospect of adding Paul George in a trade that would have likely included Michael Porter Jr. and Zeke Naji going to the LA Clippers. That would have been so interesting if that happened. Rockets are contenders. I mean, they're better than the Warriors. Imagine the defense of Jamal, Brown, LaVine, MPJ, and Jokic. Oh, God. That's why you can't trade Aaron Gordon, bro. Naji is also available, league sources say. Yeah, I'm sure he is. According to league sources, the Nuggets value Porter and what he does for the spacing of Denver's offense significantly. Porter, who makes $35.8 million this season and is signed through the 26-27 campaign, is having a career year. Yeah, and he's been great this year. I don't really understand it. I don't really get this trade. It doesn't make much sense because it only works if MPJ's in the trade. And I don't get it. It would make a little bit more sense to me if maybe the Bulls also had somebody like you could do MPJ for Zach LaVine and somebody who can maybe replace MPJ, but the Bulls don't have that. It's not Patrick Williams. That couldn't even work contractually. LaVine's been great too, though. Yeah, LaVine's been great this season. Unless they're really having some kind of locker room bickering problem, they should only go for Jonas. Jonas would make sense, right? Jonas, Zeke Naji, Dario Saric, and some seconds. Do the Wizards say yes to that? I mean, what's Jonas's market going to be? Zeke Naji's contract is so gross that I'm not sure the Wizards would even do that, but Jay Buckets on Denver would be great since he can carry an offense with Yoke out and bring valuable defense. Jay Buckets? Is that Jordan Poole? Oh, Jimmy. Okay. I didn't see Jimmy Butler got brought up in the chat. I thought you were talking about Jordan Poole. I was like, what? Yeah, Jimmy Butler does make some sense. I think that's very difficult to accomplish as well. Cam Johnson, the only one who makes sense on that list. Yeah, and I don't think they have the pieces. I think Cam Johnson's going to be expensive. If he does end up getting traded, I think we'll be shocked as to what the return is. Not shocked, but it'll be like a damn. Because also, too, if I'm the Nets, right, and I'm fire selling during the season, we already got a huge return. We already got a huge return on Mikal Bridges. I mean, a massive return on Mikal Bridges in the offseason. We traded Schroeder, who is probably our second best trade piece. behind Cam Johnson. We traded him for a few seconds. I need to get some real return from some of these other guys I'm selling off. Because Dodo is going to be a few seconds, if I had to guess. Ben Simmons is a buyout guy. Side Vice is the Bill Burr basketball. Burr does 2 podcasts a week talking to himself and is entertaining his house name and slightly good shit. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. I do appreciate that. It's Cam Johnson. Dude, okay, so here's the thing about Cam Johnson. You can't look at it like you're not trading for Cam Johnson to be your best player. You're not trading for Cam Johnson to be your second best player. Fuck, bro. Some of these teams aren't even trading for him to be their third best player. What you're trading Cam Johnson for, okay? He unlocks things for you. And he addresses areas of need while also you sort of just break through. He takes your roster over the top. And if a team like the Thunder looked at that and said, Cam Johnson is our missing piece, like the size, the floor spacing, that's what we need on our roster, we'll fucking pay 3 first-round picks. That's his market. You always got to remember, all it takes is one team to say, hey, this is the guy that we need on our team. We're going to make it happen no matter what. Look at Mikel's trade. Look at the Mikel trade last offseason. Okay, I don't know if there's really been any super reliable reporting on what other teams were offering. We remember the Grizzlies. Remember, what was that? The Grizzlies offered 4 first-round picks or whatever the case may be. But there's been a thing between the Knicks and the Nets. They don't really trade with each other. Maybe it costs a little bit more for the Knicks to do business with the Nets, but they decided Mikel's the guy for us. We will pay that price. This is the guy who's going to take our roster to that next level. Don't get me wrong, I like Cam, but what do you mean by a shocking return? I'm thinking like a young player in multiple firsts. He's not better than Clay. Okay, let's just say Cam Johnson and Klay Thompson had the same contract. Cam Johnson on the trade market is going for more than Klay Thompson. Absolutely. But also the Clay thing was a sign and trade. So that's a little bit different. That Bridges trade is going to go down as one of the worst in NBA history. Hey, he played some really good defense against Jalen Suggs a few nights ago. So maybe he's rounding into form. Maybe he's rounding into form. I don't know. I would never trade a young player and 2 picks for Cam. Well, would the Thunder do it? Would the Thunder do Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe, and a couple of firsts for Cam Johnson? And if you're the Nets, you're getting some first-round picks, but also you're getting like 2 legit rotation players. Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins. Think about it. Knicks on paper can match up against the Celtics, but if it's something off about the Knicks, I mean, their defense isn't as good as you wanted it to be. Like, and that's a lot. A lot of it has to do with Mikel. Sure, but the Thunder have 10 times the asset of any other team. That's my entire point. Is I'm saying all it takes is one of those teams with huge assets to say, yo, we don't give a fuck. What is it? What's the price? This is the guy. They need Isaiah Joe, not going to lie. But if you get Cam Johnson, you still need Isaiah Joe. This is just what I'm interested in. The Cam Johnson. I'm so interested in Cam Johnson and what his market ends up being. I think he's the most interesting player on the trade market, in my opinion. I mean, the fact that the Nuggets have even had these conversations is interesting in and of itself, because to even like have these combos with teams, hey, Zach LaVine, we're interested. Let's have some discussions. MPJ's included in the trade. So that's just interesting. That's really interesting to me. There's literally no other way the trade can happen unless MPJ's in it. Nets would want Case and Wallace. All right, see, that's probably where you would draw the line if you're OKC. I hear you, but I don't think Cam Johnson is the go all in guy for a team. Too many assets like OKC, but that wouldn't even be the all in move for them though. I guess here's what I'm saying. A team with so many assets like the Thunder, they can overpay for role players and still have a lot of ammo in the tank for them. We have a new Sid bomb as we're looking at his profile. The Hornets are open to trading Micic for a second round draft capital. Forget everything that I fucking said. This is the guy. Drop everything that you're doing. This is the guy right here you overpaid for if you want to win a championship. I get what you mean. We saw last year OKC didn't want to do that with PJ, Gafford, or anyone else available. Yeah, but they're different. It's a different space right now for the Thunder. Last year it made a ton of sense. We're a young team. We're better. We're ahead of schedule. We're ahead on our timeline. Let's see what we have in the playoffs. Let's see who we can rely on in the postseason. They found out. Anybody could have told you this, but they found out, hey, Giddey's just not a guy. Giddey's not a guy that we can rely on in a postseason series. They trade him in the offseason. What else did they learn in the postseason? We're too small. We're way too small. We'll pay Isaiah Hartenstein $30 million. I mean, think about that. $30 million for Hartenstein. That's a lot of money. The Thunder had it, and they overpaid. I think, value-wise. They overpaid to get him. Kind of goes to exactly what I'm saying. Now they're in a different place. Micic to the Mavs. How do you see that? Admittedly, I haven't watched too many Charlotte Hornets games as of late, but I think Micic is terrible. I think he's awful. I mean, am I wrong? I haven't watched. He's not bad. Okay. Micic's better than Exum? I really doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Micic has been great recently. All right. Maybe I just don't know. Maybe I just don't know. How do you think Exum rotation will be when he comes back? We've been pretty deep. Yeah, that's a good question. Maxi replacement? Micic? What is this? ABA team is most desperate for a trade. Is this really worth our time? No. Not really. This just might be a short episode today. I'm telling you guys, it's like painful to open my mouth and speak. I'm kind of struggling right now. Tell me who we need. I don't think the Mavericks need anyone, bro. I really don't. There's no basketball games on tonight, by the way, which sucks. Micic greater than Westbrook? No. Russ has legitimately been good. Legitimately. No NBA on tonight. We're back tomorrow. Back to regular scheduled programming. For the Nuggets, he is? No. But Westbrook has been great for them. Sore throats are the worst symptom you can have. I kind of want to go to the gym and just sit in the fucking sauna. I feel like that would do wonders for me. Westbrook's numbers lie? No, bro. Watch the games. He's legit good for them. Is DQ in here? Slightly super spreader? You're right. Maybe I just stay home. I don't know if I'm contagious. I don't want to sit around all day, though, dude. Pretty sure you're not supposed to do sauna when you're sick. Why not? It sounds awesome to sweat this shit out. I can't sit here again today, bro. I can't. I get too antsy. I fucking hate sitting at home and doing nothing. Drink some raw milk, raw egg yolk in the ice bath. Oh, God. That sounds horrible. Are you from the Balkans? A Balkan state. That sounds just like an Eastern European thing right there. Brush your teeth a lot with a sore throat? What? Really? Super hot shower. I did that last night. It was fucking awesome. I will say, anytime I feel sick, moving around always makes me feel better versus just sitting around. Maybe a workout would do wonders. That's what I'm saying. But what, am I a super spreader? I don't know, guys. Is strep throat contagious? Sub skinny. Showering in Big 2024 is crazy. Nuggets need to trade away Najee, Saric, and DJ for any center like Valanciunas. That would be great for them, getting Jonas. Drink silver. What if I just... I have a thermometer, and I heard this might help. What if I break the thermometer and drink the mercury that's in it? I've heard that helps. Good idea? All right. If you guys say so. Christ almighty. Would do wonders. All right. Bet. You need peace out and rest up? I know. This is fucking tragic. Tomorrow, look at Fanspo. Yeah. Thank you, guys. I'm dealing with an illness. I slept all day yesterday. My throat hurts. The last thing in the motherfucking world I want to do right now is peruse Fanspo. I mean, genuinely, the last possible thing that I would want to do. I think out of all of the things that I'd want to do, that's the worst. That's the lowest of the low. Okay? I'd rather enlist in the military than do that. If you're listening to this on Spotify, leave a 5-star review. I love you. And then just a reminder, tomorrow on Playback, I'll be doing it on the main stage for the Clippers and Mavericks game. I'll be on the main stage. Saw the guy was going around the Mavs locker room. No, I think they got like an upper respiratory thing. That's not what I've got going on. Would you go to war if they draft you? Would I go to war if they drafted me? What's the war? What is the war? Drafted number 1? That makes sense, but war on drugs? War on Canada? Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, for sure. I no need to draft. I'm enlisting. Wouldn't have to draft me. Be the first one at the enlisting counter. War on Russia? No, I'm not going. I'm not going to fight Russia, bro. I'm sorry. You know what? I have really bad allergies. They wouldn't take me. They wouldn't take me. Fighting for our country, so lame. I mean, I just can't foresee a justifiable war in the immediate future that I'd have to be worried about fighting in. If somebody invaded our country, yeah, for sure. Let's go. War on aliens? Of course I'd defend our Earth. Come on, England. War against the Brits? We're running it back? Will Kawhi play in any of the 2 games? No. Oh, wait, he's a game time decision? Wait, what? Wait, they have his estimated return date is tomorrow. Wait. I haven't followed this at all. Is there an actual chance that Kawhi plays? I thought he was just returning to practice. Oh, shit. Oh, this is a Sintel post. I almost just got Sintel'd. I haven't seen anything that says he might play. Seems like Clipper Media don't think he'll play. Yeah, no, that'd be a little surprising. Should we even be worried about Kawhi? Haven't forgotten how he looked the last time we played the Mavs. Yeah, I'm not sure. Hard on Kawhi, great. It's Kawhi Leonard. We're going to be more excited to have him when we full practice. He's inching his way back towards the court. Whenever he's ready, we're ready for him. When did he say that? Oh, he said that yesterday. He's itching his way back towards the court. All right, I doubt he plays in these next 2 games. What does suck is Derek Jones Jr. will not be playing in these 2 games. So, no reunion there. Which sucks. All right. Yeah, better for the Mavs, but thank you all for coming out. Sorry for the sickly appearance. We made it work. A short episode today, but so be it. All of the OGs, thank you guys very much. Could have spent your Wednesday morning anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that, but it helps you out tremendously. Makes me feel so good. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. Fuck, I wanted to do a video today too, but I literally I just can't. I don't like talking like this. Anyways, bye guys. Thank you guys for coming out. Love you all very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.